your life.
Hello, you're watching A New Way of Being, hosted by Avatar Galextra and Andraggon on Facebook Live,
On
YouTube
YouTube
Live.
Live.
Sorry. Ah, what would you like to start it off with, Big Guy?
Oh, well, I wanted to start it off by telling our human relatives that we are going to be bringing information to you that will change the way you see yourself, see each other, the way you think about the world you live in, the way you relate to others around you, and all the issues that you have lived with as mortal beings on the outer surface of Lady Gaia, where you've been taught by those who control your lives, livelihoods, hopes, dreams, and future, use all kinds of misinformation, misconception, disinformation to keep you living as puppets, prisoners, slaves, and um,
Pawns?
from the cradle to the grave. So we're going to be bringing information to you that will open up your eyes in ways that you've not imagined could be done. And basically, we're bringing to you what the Avatar calls a new way of being.
Being.
And there are different features to it. Most involve things being done to you as surface dwellers across the landmass of Lady Gaia, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, by the ones who have told you all kinds of lies about yourselves
And others.
and others. So we're going to be uncovering the lies and exposing the truths that have been hidden from you about your lives as immortals. Yes, immortals, spiritual immortals living in mortal bodies. The Avatar calls it clothes of flesh and mortal
Bones
clothes.
of flesh and bones
That's
that
it.
we put on at birth to walk to the face of through the face of the earth one life at a time. I made an error.
Yes, no worries. We're going to let you know that things such as what's happening in the family to infect you with a disease that is neither a virus nor is it contagious, any more contagious than the common flu. We're going to let you know about the hundreds of cities living 800 miles beneath your feet inside the
Yeah, let's deal with
pristine landmass
reality
of
here.
Lady Gaia and other information that you have been denied and deprived of. It's time for you to get access to them, and we're going to bring them to you. The Avatar will bring you the teachings, timeless truths, ancient knowledge. Uh, the Avatar continue to speak to you about what she wants to speak to you about. So, Avatar.
Well, this is supposed to be my show.
Exactly.
And in my show, I'm supposed to be the lead in what I'm saying, what is being
Exactly.
said.
Exactly.
And to tell the people, we are beings of living light,
Hmm?
all of us. We have mortal, we are mortal beings who are here to learn to develop the art of being the best of themselves.
Hmm.
Everyone is capable of it. Just remember that.
Hmm.
And it's important that we start thinking intelligently when it comes to each other and to people you don't know. Treat them properly, respectfully. Too many times, the reason that this kind of disrespect is going on because there are others who are creating problems for people that they're speaking to. If we would take the time to be proud of what we're doing by doing the right thing and making sure that we're treating everyone with respect, we won't have the kind of abuses that are taking place to so many people.
Hmm.
Once people start recognizing and many other creatures in the land are being abused because they're not being allowed the freedom to be learning how to conduct themselves with each other.
Hmm.
And also, we many of us have an arrogance about ourselves. We think we're superior to everyone. And superiority is not something that we're here to act upon and say that we're better than anybody. All beings are special. They were given the opportunity to learn how to behave responsibly, but their parents have to start the training from childhood to a certain age where they're able to go out in the land and work with people or even speak to people and find themselves treating everyone properly. When all human beings are being treated with respect and dignity, as all beings have a right to be, um, what you do is you transform the quality into something bad. You start trying to tell people how they're supposed to see things to please you, and if it's good things and showing people how to protect themselves and each other by how they conduct themselves, that is okay. That is something that is needed because we are supposed to help each other out when something is wrong at times, or the person hasn't developed the art of understanding how to work with people, speak to people, so that we do not have the kind of negativity that is in the land today. So, as human beings, please remember this: no one should be mistreated, no matter how good looking you think they are or how not pretty you think they are. The point is connecting with the souls of each being, treating them with respect, dignity, and a sense of caring about each other. You can't care about each other doing damage to them by your words that you're using to insult or degrade them or think you're superior to them. So you turn on this act that is supposed to do them in. Well, that kind of treatment that I'm speaking about, I have been abused in those areas, many areas. And I am very disappointed to know that there are people in the society would behave this way
mm,
because they have to recognize that once you start to them, you're literally changing the whole quality of how people think, how they will feel, how they will react to each other.
mm,
Our rights are to treat everyone with care, not to hurt anybody, not to physically or verbally hurt anyone. But when they're behaving bad, and of course they do not want to stop the problem that they're creating, we get all kinds of problems coming up to us. Like giving people marks on different parts of their faces in order to make them look ugly or older, so that they can have others be persecuting them for whatever ignorant reason and they decide they're going to. It's not our right to be doing that, because what we do when we do that, we are literally turning the whole society of people to behave in ways in which they don't really have to. When you're doing the right thing, everything works. Everyone feels comfortable and know that they're loved. When we're doing the wrong thing and we're insulting, degrading, frustrating, demoralizing people, you're on the wrong path. And
mm,
so far, the systems that are there are not really there for you. They're corrupt. Not all are. And some people are in that, even in that corruption. And some people are just trying to do their best they can to help whoever they can. And many of them are not allowed the freedom. So, as human beings in a world that is supposed to be free of this kind of insanity
mm,
and start behaving in a manner in which respects everybody, you would not have this kind of evil to go on to take along with you anywhere you go. Those things would have been dropped naturally. Human beings would have been able to connect with everyone in order to think, instead of thinking, okay, I'm superior to you, so I should bring you down. And that is not the way in which you work with people. If you want a great society, you have to start treating everyone in the manner in which I was telling you earlier on. Be respectful. When we are doing that, we can find that our parents would be feeling that their children are safe. The children would know they are safe, and anyone that comes in contact with them would not have to worry about problems that really would not occur because of how people are treating each other in the first place. And we as human beings need to start taking our own information, looking at what we're thinking, what we're saying, and how we feel about things, and make the right decisions to help each other.
mm,
You're loved by all, they just don't know it. All they need to know is that you care about them, and they will show that they care about you too. after a period of time of understanding what they're about. But everything takes a while for people to fully understand themselves and want to connect with others and let them know they care. Treating human beings properly is so beautiful. When you're all doing it, you'll see the kind of beings showing themselves. Everyone is capable of quality, and they all do have that. They're just being persecuted. So push for the quality, help each other out, be respectful of everyone, even the ones that don't have much to bear and or does not haven't been taught how to deal with things. You can help them too. Just don't be abusive and disrespectful.
Mm.
That's all it takes, ladies and gentlemen. How we treat each other. Because of what has been done to me, I have problems in my mouth. Because of what has been done to me, I have had to live in a manner in which no one should have to be going through
Mm.
abuses and terrorization.
Yes, around the clock. Yes.
So if you're going to live in this world or any world, start thinking in terms of care. And parents are supposed to make sure their kids are taught that so that they can find themselves walking in the world and feeling comfortable because there's nothing to fight about. No disrespect.
Mm.
We love you all, and we are really disappointed with the things that we have been seeing and how many people are being hurt in the process of other people's ignorance. And they only become ignorant if they are not learning about the right things in life. And too many people are busy looking at people and trying to find ways to bring them down when nobody's trying to bring you down. And those who are or might be trying to, they were persecuted. Connect properly. You will find your world will turn into something much, much, much more special. Just don't give up on it. You wouldn't have to suffer the indignity that I have had to suffer, not only from inside my mouth, but outside of myself.
Mm. Throughout your body,
Yes, throughout my body.
throughout your life, the life of living
Live
in
in
hell.
hell.
Um,
Yeah, these are the things that make people become raging angry. And I was going to say raging mad, which is a right word, really.
mm.
And when they do that, they want because they want to fight to the ones who are doing them in. And naturally so, when you're persecuting people and you're terrorizing them with other friends and other people, these are what the things that comes about. So they have to be protected, and you will be protected. What you do always comes right back to you, not just you, but others too.
Yeah.
So
Comic death,
yes,
karma, golden rule.
yeah.
Um, I was, um, the the world we're living in today is filled with all kinds of
Excuse me.
awful things being done to human beings. We have war in Ukraine, which the the narrative says that it's been orchestrated by uh, President Putin and his uh, his agenda, and we have all kinds of crises: climate change, global warming, inflation. We have crises taking place inside every area of human life today.
School
Um,
systems,
yeah,
even doctor's office,
all the systems.
anywhere you go to get help in the not everybody's like that. Some people are very caring, but a lot of
Yes.
people that are not is doing this to people and to other people, and it should not be happening.
Mm.
We're just meeting people once every day or once a month or so, and you don't want to have quarrels and so to make them feel bad and worse, and others doing the same to them. So we work together, you will see the kind of beautiful people you truly are, because everyone will be treating you well and you will be treating them well. And if they're not doing that, then you can always alert them that if that goes on, then it's going to create a problem in society. And the only way you can really live better in it is by having people treated well.
Mm. Those that made themselves lords and masters over your lives, from the cradle to the grave, continue to control the lives of human beings inside different countries, through different governments, through different systems. They're using a body of misinformation, misconception that have been taught to you for a number of ages through your customs, traditions, through your live live experiences that have taught you that you can trust who you are, you can trust others, that you're either superior or inferior to others, and more. Sorry, go ahead. It's your show, so I'm
These are
going to take it.
things that is happening to me.
Mm,
I am trying to alert human beings about their, if they're not behaving right, that they need to know,
mm,
and how they can best handle it instead of fighting or quarreling with people.
mm.
People have been doing the wrong things and mistreating others in the streets, in the train, in the bus, even
Yeah,
when they go to some function.
yeah.
Yeah,
Prejudices,
too much prejudice, too much ignorance.
yeah, biases.
Yeah, and I told you where that is coming from. When you mistreat others or others mistreat you, you tend to behave that way. But because people are doing that does not mean that we have to behave that way. What we should do is use the intelligence that we have to show them that in behaving that way towards each other, they set up themselves to have wars,
Mm,
not only with that person, but other people too.
mm,
These are things that happen to people after a period of persecution or aging.
mm,
Nothing is wrong with it. Don't treat people bad for having things happen to their skins or their bodies. I can't work out because there's no place to work out here. And you can do your stuff with stretching, but that only takes works on the lower body and not the face. And that needs to be worked on. So, as human beings, as all of us are human beings, we have to start doing the right thing. You could no longer persecute or terrorize people anymore because children are being harmed, adults are being harmed.
mm,
The people become furious and they want to harm back too. And not everybody wants to do that. But they do have the thought in their mind if that is happening to them over and over again. So what you are putting out there, if you continue to put those things out that is causing harm on other people
mm,
and fear, then you're going to find all kinds of problems. But as I was telling you, the best way to handle it is being kind. They're asking you a question, just take the time to listen to them for a minute or so. And if you think that's the small amount, that's the amount of time you have to give. And or else tell them they would love to tell you would love to tell them, speak to them, but not right now. If you can meet at a certain time, you can spend your time speaking about what you really have interest in and want to deal with. So these are the things that must be done, ladies and gentlemen. You will see these lines disappear. To fight, just deal with issues that you think needs to be dealt with in a nice, calm way. We wish you the best of luck, and we hope in what is being said here to you by either of us
mm,
that you take it very seriously and use it properly, not to harm, not to degrade or make people feel they're less than. When you do that, you're pulling them down. When you help them up by telling them the things that makes them feel good, they will behave properly. And also the information that will be passed on from them because they're getting educated in ways in which is helpful to them and helpful to others, they will start taking action to help. A lot of people would love to do that, but they just don't want to be treated as insultively or disrespectfully in any way. It's
mm.
not right. So on that note, you
It's
have
a
something to
special
say.
day. There's a lot we can say.
Yeah.
We're just shaving around the surface.
Yeah,
Today's
but
a
these
special.
parts of the surface
Yes,
is very important for one to listen
mm,
and key.
true.
And nothing is wrong with speaking to them. You find that everybody is absolutely good friend, family, because of how you.
We live in a world when you have all these different cultures and groups and races and nations, then you have them coming with different views of how they should think and
That's
live.
why they are supposed to be trained in a manner in which helps them to become have more depth. and learn and look at things in a specific way that helps everyone, not hurts anyone.
Yes.
And these are the things that a society has to do, because you made me very angry for decades because of your treatment. I did not harm you. I could not do anything else but to, leave you alone, not say anything to you. These are the things that block people from wanting to be friends with anyone. But everyone is capable of being good friends if they are trained to behave responsibly. And if they're not, the society should let them know in nice ways so that they can take it up and start doing the right thing and feeling comfortable with themselves. You don't have to live this way forever. But your brothers and sisters of different nationalities are there and they need our help, and we need their help in good behavior too. So it's important that we cooperate to bring a better way of being, a way of being that helps everyone to be better in how they treat others. Look at what is. You won't believe the things that were done to me. Losing here at both sides because of what others have done while I was sleeping. Trump is coming inside of our home and stealing and destroying my property. Yeah, I'm being attacked now on the shoulder right now because of Donald J. Trump.
Yes.
He has no character. He runs and steals. He behaves irresponsible towards us. And then he thinks that he has a right to be able to get away with what he's doing, and nobody should tell him anything. This man should not be allowed the freedom to be interfering with other people's private businesses. Whatever they bought, whatever they're using, has nothing to do with anyone. What has to be done is Donald J. Trump needs to start doing the things that he knows that is right, and yet he's doing some really evil things that are wrong.
Yes.
And we would like to have the Canadian government stop this kind of insanity that is undermining people like us.
Donald Trump is coming into our home wearing a cloak of invisibility, looking like a shadow, attacking the avatar from head to toe for a number of years now, since we lived at Scott Street 8 years ago. So he comes here daily, nightly, and he steals things from her. He attacks her joints, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, heart,
Shoulders,
rectum, womb, shoulders, feet,
butt,
fingernails, butt.
Every single thing he has interfered with, and it wasn't his to touch.
And he's the same assassin who took the mortal life of King of Pop, Michael Jackson, in 2009, June 25th. MJ told me. And,
we got other things to speak about.
Well, you were closing the show. So
no, I wasn't. I just, you wanted to speak, so I gave you some time to speak.
So I'll be doing short segments.
You're making my information disappear because you're talking instead of letting me finish this, then you could have gone on. I'm trying to remember now.
Yes.
And that's what happens when this is done. And this is what I've been going through for some time.
Yes. And the reason is because she has memory loss from being attacked inside the cavities of the brain for decades by Donald Trump. And so she doesn't remember things, these different things that she should. Anyone with a normal brain function remembers things and can recall the life experiences, but she doesn't have the freedom to do that because she's damaged the cavities of the brain.
But there are things that are going on that you need to know about, ladies and gentlemen, and children. People like that, and many people who are behaving badly, is damaging others, kids, adults, children at different ages, are being insulted, sometimes spoken of badly, persecuted for no reason sometimes. At least that's what I saw a lot of taking place before when I was going out there a lot. And it's not right. And when we do that to the children, he went and decided he now for quite a few decades. And we want this kind of insanity to be stopped. I have been taken advantage by too many people for the wrong reasons when they felt they could not control me to do what they wanted, and what they wanted was something very wrong. I am not going to partake or have anybody force me to partake in behaviors that undermines my life, myself, my family, or anybody else.
True.
This is not right to do. And this is why I speak out. There are other things I want to remember to speak out about, and that's one of the reasons that I wanted to do this show. Now, what happens is, I know I want to do the show, but my memory disappears. Why? Because of the terrorization I've been going through mentally, verbally, through what was being said, and irresponsibly, being persecuted for no reason.
Yes.
They come on the TV sometimes just to provoke me. They go after, look for ways to use my husband against me, coming on to him and behaving irresponsibly. And this has been happening to people that you would never think would be doing something like that. That is a disappointment to see that people who are supposed to know different is using other human beings to terrorize people in the school system, in the work system, and different places. Yeah. Just going along in the streets, they get terrorized at times. And these are things that needs to be, the people are supposed to be cultured, not to go and do damage to people, but be respectful of them, and you won't have these problems. You're only having these problems because all these people needed training at a particular time through their lives. If they didn't get it, they won't show it. And some of them that are getting it are still using bad information to go and harm. And these are things that it doesn't work in a society. If you really want to work in a society, live in a society, the only way you can do that is through respect towards everyone, each other included. Start with the family and make sure that those that you meet, even if you don't know them, smile, give them a hello, look after yourself, bye-bye, and you're on your way. But too many wrong things are being done to too many people. That will change. Because if it's not changed, this society can afford to recognize that they're not going to be doing too well for a long time in life until all of this is stopped.
The consequences for
Yeah.
Things are done.
Me with Trump's technology, for instance, from that Nancy Pelosi. Excuse me, I have to scratch when something is biting, attacking my nostrils. Yeah. These are the things that are happening because a society refused to recognize that they practically led some of these people through this kind of scenario. And they needed to have dealt with it and have people become aware what is not needed in the societies that is causing destruction in the society. And they said it years ago, but then after a while, nothing was being said. I started getting all kinds of stuff going on wrong with me. Things that I shouldn't be going care of my body very well. And everything was working properly. Then I saw that my family were going through some of the things that I was going through by how they were being treated. And then I started going through it over and over again.
Since the day that you were born.
Yes, and then they mark you. Well, I'm not talking about when I was born. I'm talking about when I was aware of what was going on. They use your children to harm so that you will do what they want if you don't do what they want. And it doesn't work with me. And me, they can harm me. I don't mind. I've been harmed a lot. I'm going through a lot of harm. And I also see some of the same people that I'm. It would be proper relations. How we react to others, how we treat people. Start working on ourselves, all of us. I've been doing my part, but I've been blocked by different behaviors from the public at times. There are nice people too that I saw in the public that was doing very well in how they're treating us. Needs us to be there for them. Donald Trump goes right to live above the place we live in, anywhere we go to live. And he's doing that with intentions of torturing. And they've been using it on me. And using Trump to use that technology to destroy my kneecaps, attack me in the derriere,
Yes.
attacked me in the womb. And I'm
Mm.
not talking one time. I'm talking about this man doing it like torture
It's like being electrocuted. Is that?
in the womb
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
rectum,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
you cut off your hair, leave you bald on both sides.
Yeah. The follicles,
You
male
know,
follicles. Yes.
taking chopping up different parts of your hair. I had my hair was long to my waist.
Hmm.
They started chopping up my hair
Yes.
for no reason.
Mm.
Prejudice, jealousy,
True.
ignorance, irresponsibility.
Yes.
And this is how they managed to do to what they managed to do to me with that technology.
Mm. They,
Putting dark spots under my eyes, putting lines here,
mm.
attacking different to me, United States, and came to Canada.
Mm. Mm.
I have been tortured. Not even then. Yes, then at that time, yes, with different people.
Yeah.
These are the things that has been going on. Some of them owe money, and Nancy Pelosi did after she killed out my family,
Mm.
and then
Mother,
told me
father.
that she was going to pay me the to kill me.
Mm.
I have not done anything to Nancy Pelosi. As a matter of fact, I've always treated her properly. They say if you treat people properly, they'll behave responsibly.
Mm.
And for many situations, yes, some people behave properly. But in this situation, she wasn't prepared to behave properly. She was just prepared to make sure they put me through hell. They even use other people that I every now and then my memory goes off. So I'll have to write down those people's names because I've been going through it for too long and I need to be able to live my life. I haven't been able to do much because of it. And yet
Yes.
I've not harmed anyone, but they were trying to harm me right here in this place where we are living, where we are
Wherever,
renting.
wherever we've lived, you've been terrorized and attacked by people unseen,
Hmm.
by people in the community, gang stalking you because they're told to do so by Trump and others
They attack my eyebrows,
unseen.
my eyes,
Mm.
so I can't see as well as I used to. Attack different parts of my face, to put lines, different things in order to control. Uh, and that's how they try to set you up to make you look ugly so that they can now set up people to terrorize.
Mm.
And I've seen many people just up and started behaving that way, and I've never mistreated them.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
treatment I was receiving from them, and then others they sent to come and tell me that I'm lazy, I don't want to do work, and that's why I'm staying home and not doing anything. Oh, I want to keep my sanity. They were the ones that were crazy and trying to say that I was because I wouldn't do what they want. I don't follow people who don't know how to give proper information. I've gotten information from people too that were excellent, and I told them so. And
Mm.
so I used those, what they were showing me. But I also knew those before. And I have never used them because I did not want to have people come out and say, well, I'm trying to show I'm the best and all of that. So I just left after a while and I saw them alone and moved on with my life.
Mm.
Come back again, more started. So, what I want for this government or systems to do is start recognizing that you have a job to make sure that people are trained to behave responsibly. So, after that training, they would not be going really driving the society batty.
Mm.
So, on that note, I will say good luck to you. I hope you start behaving responsibly because this is the key for having a proper society. Lost different parts of my body, my face and my mouth and my body,
Yes. Yes.
attacking everything in my body. And ladies and gentlemen, this should not, I was looking for help. I couldn't even get help.
Mm. Deprived of the ability to earn an income, pushed into government assistance programs.
Ridicule, going and back and forth at times. I mean, you name it, we go through it. Our daughter was going through some of that too.
She's been terrorized since the day that she was born. Just like they try to kill you at birth, they try to do the same thing to our daughter, taking them out of life 16 different times so far. Other crimes committed against his family. Yeah, we haven't told you who we are, and that's why they're attacking this family. She is the being who lived as Lord Jesus. Today, May the 1st, is the day that the second coming took place on this planet. May the 1st, a number of decades ago, when Lord Jesus returned, and to bring a new earth being to you, the surface dwellers across this planet, because she's also the being who is known as the great goddess, the one who brings all of this into existence. And I'm her husband, who lived there as Albert Einstein and lives today as Andraggon Kavanaugh. We're here together to bring.
Sent other people to try to get me to do what they wanted, and they still couldn't.
Yes.
I don't do damage to people. I'm not here to do that. My job is to see to it that I treat everyone with respect and dignity. And I was doing that at different times. But when you're being tormented at different times.
Yes.
And if I was so bad, I would have beaten them up, which I never did.
Mm.
They were the ones doing the setup to not only me, but also our children.
Yes.
So I would advise the United States government and all the governments in Canada and other places to do the right thing. Don't harm people and stop going along with other people and lies, and just ask questions. If you still answered the questions that they needed to find out when they ask questions. That may not be the government, might be other people who are pretending to be or whatever, but I did what I'm supposed to do, spoke truth. And
to access information from your own life experiences. It's hard to do when your memory
I've been
suffers
tampered
continuous loss from
Yeah.
being attacked in the cavities of the brain by trauma.
And I had nowhere to turn.
Mm.
The only person that I was able to have friends with and marry was my husband.
Yes. Yes.
The people just to anybody, but they more or less used the words on me, and so. And our daughter was not treated well either. And they use technology from Nancy Pelosi and gain her extreme weight overnight.
We have a lot of sending out in the near future.
Yeah.
Because information has to be given to you. There's so much you need to know about yourself that you would not believe. Your greater self, the part of you that is ancient, evolved, developed, connected to your
greater self.
Yes, that guides you, informs you, speaks to you silently, quietly, in a still, small voice, telepathically.
Yes.
Often you think it is God speaking to you. It is the God part of you, the greater self. That once your ego's trimmed and taught to function in a way that serves the greater good of all of life, then you and your greater self, your ego, and your ego can merge with your greater self, and you can then do miraculous things together that you currently don't have the ability, don't have the training or the awareness or the support to even lies and misconception, disinformation, misinformation.
Yeah, and you know something? If the systems were developed enough, they would have known that there are people in the world, the country is that people should be receiving to pass on to each other so that we can have a better society. Because everyone is capable of quality. Don't ever forget that. On that note, you want to speak?
No, I'm upset for today.
Yeah. I want to say thank you on behalf of my family and my husband.
Yes, yes.
And blessings to all of you.
Yeah.
And please do yourselves a favor. We love you all.
Yes.
And we're wishing you the best of everything. Just look within and good luck on your journey.
Yes.
And blessings to all of you. And yes. Bye.